everybody. Just feeling like I'd like to do a little card reading for the full moon energy, full moon in Leo that we are just riding the wave of. So anyone who hasn't been here before, I'm Davina Ketson. I'm an energy intuitive, holistic mentor, energy healer, and I am feeling more into these gifts around intuitive reading, as I've mentioned elsewhere on my YouTube channel recently. Yeah, I get a lot of joy myself from watching other readers do collective readings. They offer me a lot of reassurance or point me in the right direction. And sometimes they'll say things that I'm like, doesn't actually resonate with me. And then 6 months down the line, something happens, and I'm like, oh yeah, they did say that'd happen. And that's not to say that I'm giving my power away to anybody or anything other than divine source creation, but it can be really super helpful to just be that, I feel that reassurance and be guided in a way that allows you to listen to the inner nudges and the inner voices that are always there trying to guide you. So, a couple of things. I am not in any way, shape, or form a legal advisor, a financial advisor. I'm also not a medical doctor. So, anything that's health related, please go and see a practitioner. Please go and see the people with the right qualifications in those things. That being said, I am an intuitive and I am an energy healer, and I do see a bigger picture for the collective than is often right in front of our faces when there's a lot going on, which doesn't really matter, seems to matter where you live in the world right now. There's a lot going on. And I'm offering this as a way to tune into your full potential, to activate something in you that is for your highest good and your highest timeline moving forward. So, that being said, I will list any decks I use below. Any links will be affiliate links to either Muse Oracle Press, which is one of my favourite publishing houses for decks, spiritually themed decks, and obviously all Oracle decks spiritually themed. Yeah, but anyway. There'll be Amazon affiliate links down there as well. Yeah. I know Amazon is Amazon, but again, some of us use Amazon from this place here and see a brighter future where all corporations are actually in a higher timeline and a higher fulfillment for humanity. So I'm going to start with my favourite deck. If you've not seen me using this deck before, this is, I'm going to show you this one already. This is the Mushroom Spirits deck. I received this deck for Christmas from my little daughter. It's proved to be super accurate in everything that I've done. And I'm just going to get an overall theme from this deck as to what we've got going on in the next fortnight or so till the new moon. So this is for the collective, for the full moon in Leo. What's our theme this time? Dead man's fingers. I always have to have a giggle when this comes out because it's like, I mean, dead man's fingers, so you have to see that one. Moving into focus. And I love mushrooms at the best of times. Timing is the theme of this card. Timing seems quite relevant for everybody and everything. Again, take what resonates, leave the rest. But timing is timing is everything, isn't it? And when we think about some of the shifts and changes that we've been going through collectively through the course of 2025, through into these early few these early days of 2026, we're still in the year of the snake, according to Chinese astrology. We're still shedding those last bits of that. The tails wiggling out of the skin as we're like, let us go, let us bloom and grow into this whole new being. Timing is everything. And there are so many triggers out there right now for people. There's so much going on for people right now in the world. Like I said, it doesn't seem to matter where you live, there's some shit going down. And as we feel into those things, the timing that we take to respond to things can be really super key. And this can be like, it can be in a private matter, it can be in sort of something individually that we're going through, it can be responding to an email, it can be responding to a comment on Facebook that's maybe triggered us a little bit and put us on edge. There's a reactive phase and there's a good time to respond. And it's shifting that do I react in that like that's come up, in that shadow, in that trigger, in that activated energy, or do I just sit back and reflect on it and maybe look at where it's shown us the mirror in ourselves that we're a little bit triggered by, and formulate a response that comes from here rather than from maybe a wound that we might be carrying around us. So timing is going to be really, really important in how you respond to the situations that occur in the next fortnight or so, the next till the new moon. So let's see what other mushrooms want to shine for us. Dead man's fingers. So that's all like the time that, letting it go. It's like the death card in tarot. It's about, and this I think is the last card in this deck. Just the end. It's like it does sort of make me think of, letting things go. It is like so fitting for the time. I mean, I think as we move into the new moon, we're moving into the lunar new year. So we're moving into the year of the horse in this coming time frame, and I think it is officially the end of a big cycle for so many of us. It really, really is. So then this one is the common puffball. Can't make this shit up. The common puffball. If you know anything about the puffball, it's not like my camera's not picking up very well with the light in my room. If you know anything about the puffball, it's absolutely amazing mushroom. It's edible, like an edible mushroom. And it gets its name from these puffs of spores that it releases. And it says let go. And it is card 13, incidentally. Which, gosh, all of it, like all fits together. So 13, whether you know it or not, there are 13 lunar cycles in a solar cycle. 13 is the end. That's what we are, the end of the lunar calendar, according to some traditions. Let it go. Let it all go. All those past stories, that snake skin, let it go. Let it go. Because it is time for something new. And it's time for something new and something beautiful. And we create the new and the beautiful by truly letting it go. So I think we've got a great theme going on there. Like, timing is everything. Feel into the timings that you're going through and let all those old stories go. Let me just see what I feel like I'm going to pull from next. I use this one. This all-time favourite decks. This is with the deck of all my decks I'm most familiar with. One of the decks I'm most familiar with. For a long time, I'm pulling cards every day from this deck until I found another deck, which maybe I use, because maybe a little bit of a wealth reading for the next fortnight wouldn't go amiss, would it? So yeah, let's see what else we've got around this theme of letting go in these closing off bits of the lunar year. Warrior woman. Okay. If it's a feminine energy card and you're a man, don't be put off. And if it's a masculine energy card and you're a woman, don't be put off, because we all have both energies running through us. And this is warrior woman. It is. It says, have you answered your deepest calling? I feel like this is saying, as we move into these closing off days of this lunar cycle and move into a new lunar year, it's like shedding these old ways, letting go of these old ways to find that divine calling, moving into that divine calling, and what that is for you creatively. So the feminine energy, whether you identify as a man or a woman or any other gender identity, the feminine energy is about creativity. It's the female womb that produces life. It's the female womb that grows the life. So feeling into that, and to do that, anyone who's out there who's grown a baby, you have to be a warrior woman to do it, because we go through a lot. Our whole systems go through a lot to grow babies. So that energy of holding your power, to hold on to your divine calling, the dreams that you aspire to through your divine calling. That's what we're aiming for. That's what we're activating towards in the coming fortnight, in the coming end of this lunar cycle and the end of this lunar year. What is it? Maybe that's something to journal on. Maybe that's something to reflect on in the coming sort of days. Like, what am I taking forward? What am I letting go of? What am I taking forward? What is this new energy that I'm stepping into? Jumping on here and making readings on YouTube, stepping into more aligned power, whatever it is for you. Maybe it's ending a relationship that doesn't serve you. Maybe it's ending connections that don't serve you. Maybe it's letting go of stories of why you don't deserve something better in life, like a better home or better connections, better friendships, a pay rise, whatever it is. And then we have here, dance with life. Dance with life. See if I can get that to show up. Dance with life, which also says, do something to change your energy. And that is the key. That is the key to this. It's the key to stepping into your calling, your new passion and purpose work. The key to it is shifting the energy. You've got to do something. And sometimes you got to do something dramatic, like, closing down doors, boundaries, closing out our old habits, saying, I'm not here for that anymore. I'm not here to think I'm less than anymore. I'm not here to think that I don't deserve the value that I am worth. Closing down that, and dance with life. And that doesn't mean you have to get up and physically dance, although I do highly recommend it. But just taking that energy of dance into your life, into every moment that you can. You know, if you have got something really heavy going on, if you have got something that's really challenging, that feels really icky and sticky, and like you can't see a way out, tuning into that energy of movement can be really, really impactful. And I do highly recommend, if you don't want to like dance, like maybe doing some shaking off, some somatic movement. Um, Even just going for a walk can be really, really powerful. Going for a brisk walk, or shaking it out, which would be like a somatic exercise. I really, really love like a daily shakeout of all of the shit that's been put out there, that I've absorbed either consciously or unconsciously from the energies that there are going on. And I just felt like I'd didn't I say boundaries? I just felt called to like look at the bottom of the deck. Boundaries. It says, where do you need to establish better boundaries, like within yourself, within your environments? Like it could be with yourself, like stopping the stopping the actions and the activities that hold you back from this calling. And for me, it is like purely taking care of things within my home, within like I will put off certain things within my home, like, you know, sorting the laundry. Come on. Hands up if you're a mum and you enjoy sorting laundry. Hands up, probably not many, but hands up how many of you do it and find that it takes a lot less time than you thought it would. Yeah. You know, if you did it a little bit every time you did, like if you sorted the laundry every time you did the laundry and it didn't mount up, it takes like literally 2 minutes to sort out, but it mounts up, mounts up, mounts up, and then it takes like a whole shocking 30 minutes. Like it's the fact that when there's a massive pile, it doesn't take much time to do. That's a big reflection on how when if you sort out like each load at a time, it takes much less time. It's just my own, like, you know, my own story that I have around. But yeah, setting boundaries maybe with yourself and with your own actions and with what you do for yourself, not with other people specifically, but to put these things into action, to have the right timing, to let go of the stuff that's not serving you any longer, the stuff that you don't want to take forward into your new firehorse creativity. Like set some good boundaries with yourself, and not in a like harsh way. I don't think this is about, you know, harsh boundaries. I've got a lot of softness in the like the energies of these cards. There's a lot of softness, a lot of sort of pinks and purples and feminine energy. I don't see it as like putting up a wall against oneself, but more just honoring boundaries. Excuse my camera going off. I've not switched my laptop on. Honoring the boundaries within ourselves. So yeah, it's just like a key theme as we move on. Know who you are and be sure in yourself before moving on. And I would like to just do a quick, let's get a vibe for the wealth frequency of this closing out of this lunar year with a card from the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck, and see, you know, where we're setting this intention. What do the collective need to know for their wealth frequency as we move from this full moon in Leo to, there we go, it's that one. This is one of my, couple of years ago, this was the card that came out all the time for me in all my readings, even when I got the author to do a reading for me. So this is from my mentor, Taylor Eaton. This is the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck. And this is receiving mode. She's all about being in receive. It's about being in that feminine energy. It's about being in receivership. Can you receive all of the wealth that's around you as we move through and transition from this shedding of the skin of the old into charging out of the gate as the fire horse? Receiving mode. Definitely highly recommend. And with that in mind, my Rest, Surrender, Trust program my Rest, Surrender, Trust process is in beta test, which you can find in links in the description, for just £111 for jumping on now while it grows and it's created. So that's all about, the first part of that is all about being in that state of rest and receivership, to just be still and learn how to be still. Calming the nervous system really helps us to open up to receivership. And we do that by going into deep rest and learning that, even in the crazy, even in the most stressful, tense situations, you can bring a moment of rest to yourself. That can be everything. That can be literally everything we need. So, and I'll just pull one final card to give us a message for checking through, through that gate into the year of the horse. It's one final message of positivism to take us through what it is that we need to know for this closing out of the lunar year. We need to know what can help us move forward into beautiful card. I focus my thoughts on abundance and gratitude. Gratitude is everything. So this is kind of follows on from that theme of the wealth side of things. Focusing thoughts on abundance and gratitude. And gratitude is something that I'm really, really focusing in on myself in relation to wealth and prosperity and income, everything, as we move into the year of the horse. Having navigated some really interesting situations through 2025 in relation to income, making a massive shift from old stories onto being self-reliant, and all the challenges that that's brought in for me that have me now in a place of, where do we go from here? Literally. But focusing in on the abundance. There's always abundance. You've always got air to breathe into your lungs. There's always an abundance of stars in the sky, even if you can't see them. There's stars up in the sky, behind all the clouds. Where can you tap into abundance in any given moment and deepen that appreciation and that gratitude for it, even when things feel really, really stuck, even when you've got less than £1 in your bank account, even when you've got the bills mounting up, even when the wolf is at the door, all of that. Where can you find abundance and gratitude. I know that that's all there for you. Like the air that you breathe, the oxygen that you're breathing in, it's there for you. It's there for other people too, but it's there for you. Making that feel like so important and so special to you. That is such a big deal. It really is. And it can shift everything. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Again, if there's anything in that that feels like it's resonated, I'd love to hear. If there's anything that you would like any support with, I am available as an energy intuitive. I do one-to-one card readings, which you can book through the link on my website. I do a whole range of other beautiful things to support your energy. There's my various stages of mentoring packages with me. And yeah, if you feel like 2025 left you feeling raw as you shed that skin, maybe you feel like you weren't quite ready to shed it, but it's shedded anyway, I'm here for you. You can find all my links how to come and receive the guidance that you are looking for in the links on my website down below. And I'll see you soon. Bye.